stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. It's probably going to be a big treat. This is Southern Charge from Stone Brewery. This is the 2014 edition. It's got it written right here, 2014 series. Silk screened on the bottle, those stamps. Very hard to miss, right on the front here, 2014 series. And they've done this beer previously, and they retired it, and they brought it back for 2014. And what it is an American strong ale, and this beer has been aged in bourbon barrels. Wow. I don't know if I've ever had a strong ale. Most of the bourbon barrel series beers that's been aged in the bourbon barrels, it's usually some kind of stout. So to have a strong ale aged in the whiskey barrels is a kind of a new twist, new kick. And I'll tell you right off the get-go, Gregsbeer, the picture they have of this bottle looks like the retired bottle and not the new edition. This says Double Bastard Ale Whiskey Barrel. Well, this is bourbon barrel aged, and whiskey is a bourbon, but I think it's a different edition than what the picture shows here. And looking at some of the reviews from these guys that's posted there, they're drinking the newer version, but the picture is misleading because it's not the picture of this bottle. This is a 11.5% according to this on Gregsbeer, and I don't think it's quite that same, maybe no. Right here on the bottom, this one says 13.2%. So they're misleading everybody by putting that old bottle picture there and putting misinformation on the website about what the beer is. So they need to get their damn ducks in a row as far as I'm concerned. And I run into that a lot on these beer reviews sites, Gregsbeer, Beer Advocate, that the information they're giving out is not accurate. I mean, it is not. They're not updating the picture, and they're not updating their information. So, thumbs down for me on that. That's why I don't post a lot of reviews I don't post any reviews on either of those sites. Because I don't want to post a review on their site when they've got the wrong picture and the wrong ABV. I mean, very misleading. So, if they can't keep up with the task at hand, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get derogatory or say any bunch of nasty cuss words, but not impressed. Not impressed with the site. And they're trying to keep up with thousands of beers, but not my problem. If you're going to run a website, especially on a craft beer site, you need to keep your ducks in a row, and you should have this. Beer Advocate actually has both beers listed. The one is retired, and they have the newer 2014 edition version on there too. And Beer Advocate does not. I mean, Gregsbeer does not. So, and over on Beer Advocate site, they have got it listed as 13.20. So they've got an updated site on this beer. So if you're going to check out one of their sites, you may want to check out Beer Advocate instead of Gregsbeer, because Gregsbeer doesn't even have the 2014 edition listed separately from the retired version of the earlier beer with the picture and the ABV. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The commercial description on this is zero. It doesn't have either a commercial description on either site. What it says on the bottle, 2014, it has it up here and it has it down here. It's written two different places and telling you that it's a 2014 edition. And it's silk screened. It's no label. There's no digitized code. Stone has got it going on. They've really stepped up to the plate. That's why they're one of my favorite movies. They are. They don't kind of stamp no code on the side of it, and when they do stamp something on the bottle, it's written in white or yellow where you can read it easy, and there's no code or anything. So they got it going on there. Greg Cook and Mitch Steele, head brewer there, definitely know how to package and craft beer. So, with that being said, let me see. It says here, a special batch of Double Bastard Ale was brewed early and aged in bourbon barrels to ensure that Southern Charge 2014 debut would coincide with the release of 2014 Double Bastard Ale. Strictly and deliciously different than last year's edition, this is a caramel and oak bomb, with bourbon aromas amplifying its maltiness. Suffused with layers of caramel, hops, and oak flavors, hints of brown sugar. It is incredibly smooth for such a high gravity beer. It culminates with interwoven notes of caramel, molasses, and raw oak bitterness for an intense and lingering finish. So, very nice. I think this is a 500 milliliter bottle. Yes. Not quite the 750 and a little bit bigger than your typical bomber, 22-ounce bomber. So, and it's corked and caged. So, those usually a little more on the pricey side. This beer was sent to me by Parrish, my beer brother from another mother, and good friend I have out in California that sends me these awesome beers that I can't get my hands on here in Virginia. So, Parrish, 2 thumbs up to you, my brother. I'm really looking forward to this. I know he has an awesome taste in beers, and he doesn't send me any bad beers. Everything that he sends me, 99.9% of the time, is very tasty and full of awesomeness. So let's get on with this one, guys. Food pairings for this beer. Cheeses are your nutty Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, and the glassware, pint, Becker, Nonic, tumbler, sniffer, mug, or Sidell. I've got my Parrish glass, which is the Sauvin, Sauvin, beer glass. If you're looking to pick up one of these, Google it. You'll find the website that offers this glass. This beer can be sold for a long period under the proper conditions, according to Beer Advocate. So I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. So without further ado, let me get the cage and the cork out of this puppy and get it into the glass, if I have enough strength. Sometimes these corks are in there so tight I can't get them out with my bare hands. And this may be one of them. Here we go. Got it smooth. Alright, now I hope it's not super carbonated and it spews all over the place, but you never know. Here we go. A nice little pop and hiss. Very dark bottle. It's very hard to see the beer in it. I mean, there's brown bottles and there's black bottles, and this bottle is basically black. You can't hardly see anything inside of it. So, into the glass. We're going to pour this pretty aggressive. 13.2%. Don't think it's going to generate a monster hit. Alright. With that aggressive pour, about a finger of head on the pour, guys. Very brownish. Almost looks like a brown ale in the glass. And over to the light, there is a little bit coming through the bottom stem here, but through the big bowl part of it, it is brown as river water. I mean, it is pretty dark there. Very brown. Very, very brown. And looking at it, there are a few bubbles streaming up, reinforcing the head. Let me look through the bottom of it. It is really hard to see any kind of carbonation coming up through this beer since it's so murky. But anyway, let's get a nose on this and see what we got. Ooh, the bourbon is just off the chain, guys. The bourbon is just there. It's just, and these guys at Stone and a lot of the other breweries that put these beers in fresh bourbon barrels or first used bourbon barrels. First beer that's been in here since the bourbon was in it. And some of the other ones use these barrels over and over and over, and the bourbon gets weaker and weaker and weaker influence on the beer the more times it's been used over and over and over again. The one that comes to mind is Lexington Brewery, All-Tech. I mean, they put out a bourbon barrel stout, and there is absolutely, they must use these barrels 100 times ago. I don't even get any bourbon on their beers. I don't even buy them anymore. So, that's enough about them. This is not about them. This is about Stone's Southern Charred. Bourbon is just way out there, guys. And it's overpowering all the rest of the aromas. Nice sweetness to it. Very sweet malt in this. A lot of malt to brew at 13.2%. Not getting a lot of the charred or smokiness or anything. Maybe a hint of some caramel or some brown sugar in there. Got a feeling. It's right out of the fridge. We're going to definitely let it warm up. But we're going to give it a taste and see what we got here. Cheers, everybody. Let's get it on. Cheers, Parrish. It's so nice. Molasses, bourbon, caramel, coffee. Hints of vanilla from the oak barrels. A little bit of woodiness from the oak barrels. Very nice, very pleasant. There is a hint of the alcohol, 13.2%. It's not hidden. It's not super hidden. You will get a little bit of the alcohol in this. But it is very, very pleasant. It is awesome. I knew it would be. I really knew it would be. More than likely, Parrish probably already had one of these. Or picked up one for himself when he picked this one up for me. I love that bourbon. I love the bourbon barrels. We need to do a double IPA and put it in some bourbon barrels and see what that does to that kind of beer. That'd probably be great. It might be unique and different, but it would lend a different aspect to that type of beer. I don't think I've ever had a bourbon barrel double IPA or an imperial IPA. I might have to do one of them my damn self. If I had a bourbon barrel. That is delish, guys. It really is. It's right out of the fridge. It's going to get better as it warms up. So that's exactly what I intend to do. We're going to sip on it for a little bit, let it warm up, see where we end up with this, and pour the other half a glass of this, and let her sip on it too. So, all right, guys. I'll be right back, and we'll do the final chug and grade on this one, and see where this one ends up. All right, guys. I'm back. I just a little left here. Been sipping on this for about 45 minutes. It's up to room temperature now. A lot of sweet malt, caramel, toffee, vanilla, a little woodiness from the oak, like I said earlier. The bourbon is just off the chain here. Wow. It's if you like bourbon in your beer, no matter whether it's a strong ale or a stout or whatever the case may be, you're going to love this. It's pretty damn tasty. I love that smell. I think I said that maybe 10 times already. Very well made beer. Very, very well made beer. Fountain pen. Bourbon is just outstanding. It is awesome in this beer. Hint of the alcohol. No burning or anything down the throat. Very sweet. I don't have the IBUs on this, but I would say it's pretty low. I would say it's probably in the 45 to 50 area there for the IBUs. So, caramel, toffee, very sweet malt, vanilla. Maybe there's some hints of some dark fruit in there, but the bourbon and the vanilla and the caramel are just outstanding. They are very tasty beer, very enjoyable beer. 13.2%, very well made beer. It was a pleasure to drink this and review for you guys. It was pretty damn tasty. Like I said, I don't think I've had a lot of strong ales that are aged in bourbon barrels. Another beer to add in my list anyway of bourbon barrel series beers that are excellent. It is very, very tasty. Usually the bourbon barrels are reserved for the porters and the stouts, mainly the stouts, but very tasty. I enjoyed this. Very nice. For me, guys, I want to between a 9 and a 10. Could very well easily give this beer a 10 on the scale. Other than having that slight alcohol burn, and when I say burn, it's not burning the throat all the way down. It's there though. It's not super hidden. And once you get above the 13%, 12, 13%, up to even some of the beers like Avery does that are the 16, 17, 18, even 19%. It's hard to hide that alcohol when the beer has got that much ABV to it. So still very tasty. I enjoyed it. Final beer of the evening, so it was a nice one to have to finish up the evening. All I have to do now is just stagger back to the bed and fall into it. So don't have to drive anywhere and do anything like that. If you're having this out in a pub or at a brewery or a tap house and they may carry this beer on draft. I don't know if they did any draft, but I'm just saying, if you're drinking something of this magnitude at 13.2%, be very careful. You could very easily go through a road check and be looking down at the end of that flashlight, and before you go into the backseat of a police car, and that's not a pleasant experience. It's a very costly experience, and they do that just to inconvenience your lifestyle. Usually, any kind of DUI, especially in the state of Virginia, you're looking at $10,000 time you go through BASAP and the courts and fines and all that, and being without your license for at least a year, and then maybe even only getting it back to drive to work and back and all that. So if you're having something of this magnitude out in a bar or a brew pub or wherever you're drinking your beer, just be aware this is a monster beer, and even if you go in and you have this one beer alone, this is probably enough for you to blow with the meter and get a DUI. And here in Virginia, you don't even have to get a DUI. They'll write you, if you go through a road check and they smell this alcohol on you, they'll write you for impaired driving here in the Commonwealth as well, in Virginia. So, with that being said, just be careful if you're drinking it anywhere other than at home. But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9 instead of a 10, just because it is a little on the heavier, I don't want to say boozy, because it's really not that boozy. The alcohol is fairly well, but it's there. It is there. And the bourbon really just kicks us up a notch. And somebody said, man, you're crazy. This is a 10 beer. I would not argue with that at all. But I'm going to give it the 9 on the scale. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, guys, it would probably be 98 or 99. It's that close to a 10. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it's 95 and they're world class. I would agree with that. It is a world class beer. The bourbon really kicks us up a notch, in my opinion. Just my opinion. And over to Red Beer. The Red Beer, like I said, it's got the wrong ABV. They got the wrong picture of beer, and people are having to post drinking this beer on this website when it's an outdated website as far as what the information they're giving us. So they say it's overall 99 and 97 in the style. So 90s, upper 90s from everybody, and including me. So not quite to the 100, but it is kicking on the freaking door. So I enjoyed it. So Paris, thanks again for sending me this one. It was very tasty, my brother. It's definitely one. If you can afford to pick up 2 of these and have one now, and sell this one away for several years, 5 or even 10 if you wanted to, it would sell them well. It would sell them well, I'm sure. So, with that being said, we're going to get out of here on this one, guys. Very tasty beer. If you had this one from Stone Brewery, their Southern Charred 2014 edition, not the one that's been retired already that they did last year or the year before. So this is the new edition, 2014 edition of Southern Charred. Let me know what you think, and let's get out of here and go back tomorrow. We're going to go see what's in the fridge. See you then. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Got the next batch of openers in, and as you can see, the colors there, There are no black ones. There were two, but they've already been stuck before, and they're going out tomorrow morning. And there is a green one missing, and there is a gray one missing. I had one of my subs in Norway purchase 3 of them, and they're going out. And Frank purchased a black one and a black T-shirt for one of his relatives. So that's what we got up there. 2 red ones. I think there's 2 yellow ones, 2 dark blue ones, a green one, and a gray one left right now. So if you need an opener, the fastest way to get this, guys, is to do PayPal, and that way the money goes directly into my account. And there's a box on PayPal. If you do PayPal checkout, we mark it for friends and family, and that way you don't pay any fees, and I don't pay any fees. So the openers are $20 a piece. And the shipping on that is $5.25. I can get that in a small flat rate box. And as soon as you do the PayPal, I usually ship it out the following morning. So if you need an opener, still got a few of the black T-shirts and got some of the white T-shirts still left. So if you need either the shirt or the opener, just shoot me an email at gtpuckett@comcast.net, and that's the same email you would use in PayPal. And if you want to send a check or a money order, you can do that too. Just shoot me an email at gtpuckett@comcast.net, and I'll give you the address so that you can do that, and I'll make sure I hold it for you till the check arrives and get it shipped out to you. So PayPal's the fastest way, though. I mean, it's instantaneous almost, and the opener and the shirts go out the very next day. So if you need one, give me a shout. Let me know. Let's see what's in the fridge today, guys.